It's a pleasure to have you join me on this virtual journey. Welcome. Hello, fellow enthusiasts. Today, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of Bongo Flava. Bongo Flava is a nickname for Tanzanian music. The genre developed in the years, mainly as a derivative of American hip-hop and traditional Tanzanian styles such as taarab and dansi, with additional influences from reggae and Afrobeats to form a unique style of music. Lyrics are usually in Swahili or English, although increasingly from mid-years there has been limited use of words from Sub-Saharan African music traditions due to the influence of Afrobeats and Kwaito with their dynamics usage of West African Pidgin English, Nigerian Pidgin or other Creole language. As we enter this new phase, let's uncover the impact of etymology on our broader topic. The name Bongo of Bongo Flava comes from Kiswahili, usually meaning brains, intelligence, cleverness, but can also mean mentally deranged. Bongo is the augmentative form of abongo, Kiswahili for brainland. Flava is a Kiswahili term for flava. Bongo is a term originally used, and in Tanzania still used, for the city of Dar es Salaam. Outside Tanzania, abongo is often referring to Tanzania. Bongo as a term originated from a speech by President Nyerere in the late during a very difficult time following both the global fuel shocks of the and the Kagera War against Uganda. Mwalimu Nyerere spoke that only a nation using brains using Kiswahili abongo for brainland could, and would, overcome the difficult challenges Tanzania was facing. Unfortunately, things became even worse for Tanzania, and by the early years Dar es Salaam was calling itself mostly by the name Juakoli Hot Sun World is spinning dizzy, but also abongo. The term abongo was being used as a clever way to say both survival in Dar es Salaam required brains and intelligence, but was also full of mentally deranged people. In 1981, musician Remy Ongala founded a band called Matimala. Each band has a unique Mtindo-style fashion, and Remy Ongala's band Matimala named them Tindo Bongo. Remy Ongala would become the most famous musician ever for Tanzania, reaching global fame working with English singer Peter Gabriel. As we enter this new phase, let's navigate the complexities of history and discover its practical applications. Bongo Flava is a large divergent evolution of Muziki wa Kizazi Kipya, meaning music of the new generations, which originated in the middle-class youth of Kinondoni district of Dar es Salaam between the mid-years and years. Taji Yindi, also known as Master T, the original creator and producer of the show program, had already started airing songs by fledgling local artists by late 1994. Radio hosts Mike Mahagama and Taji Yindi led the way in radio support of local artists. Mike Mahagama eventually joined the popular program as an understudy to Taji Yindi and also went on to produce and present the show alone after Taji Yindi left Radio 1 in 1996. Bongo Flava existed well before the first audio or video recordings. The youth in Dar es Salaam were rapping at beach concerts organized by Joseph Kusiga and Rouge Mudhaba, who together own Mawingu Discotheque, Mawingu Studios and Now Clouds Media Group, local concert halls, and taking part in the first official rap competition called Yo! Rap Bonanza series that were promoted by Abdul Hakim DJ Kim Magamalo under his promotion company Kim and the Boys. Some of the youth were organized with fancy names, some were solo or formed impromptu groups at the event to get a chance to perform. An icon of the open performance artists in the early years was Adili or Nigga One. The first influential dub artist of the genre was Soler Jabba, who rapped in Kiswahili over the instrumentals of Vanilla Ice's Ice Ice Baby. He was solely responsible for making Kiswahili a viable language to rap in. His version was so popular, it broke ranks by receiving mild airplay in the conservative national radio Tanzania, thus making the first rap song on Tanzanian radio. One of the earliest groups to actually record and deliver a CD to Radio 1 for airing was Mawingu Band, an outfit that became hugely popular in early 1994. They recorded at Mawingu Studios. Its members were Othman JD, Ayi Pemba, Columba Mwingera, Sindela Asi, Angela, Robert Chua, Boniface Kilosa aka Boney Love, and later Pamela, who sang the famous hook of their breakthrough first Mbrp single Oi Mzela. The song was so popular and ahead of its time that the Mzela label stuck. Mzela is the Swahili word for ruffian. Bongo Flava popular artists include Vanessa Mvii Money, Bill Nass, Diamond Platnumz, Harmonize, Jux, Alikiba, Shitta, Ben Paul, Lova Lova, Dully Sykes, Rich Movoko, Raveny, Nandi, Morio, Movokali, Zuchu, Mona F.A. Let's now shift gears and explore popularity through a critical lens, uncovering its strengths and weaknesses. Today, Bongo Flava is the most popular musical style amongst the Tanzanian youth, something that is also reflected in the vast number of TV and radio programs dedicated to this genre, as well as the sales figures of Bongo Flava albums. Outside of its historical home of Tanzania, Bongo Flava has become a resoundingly popular sound in neighboring, culturally related countries such as Kenya and Uganda. Bongo Flava has even found a home outside of the African continent. The most popular artists in the genre have recently begun to address Western markets, and the self-proclaimed best internet station for Bongo Flava, Bongo Radio, happens to be based out of Chicago, Illinois. There are now also playlists dedicated to the genre of global streaming platforms such as iTunes and Spotify, increasing Bongo Flava's visibility. Despite the popularity of Bongo Flava and the large number of well-known artists throughout Tanzania, copying of music is widespread due to the weak enforcement of copyright laws, and most artists are unable to make a living selling their music. Instead, most rely on income from live performances to support themselves, or income from other business ventures, using their social influence as leverage. However, there are instances of success stories. The career of artist Diamond Platnumz and producer artist Noriel are often cited as sources of inspiration for many artists and producers. Get ready to uncover the mysteries surrounding characteristics as we navigate its intriguing terrain. While Bongo Flava is clearly related to American hip-hop, it is also clearly distinguished from its Western counterpart. As the Bongo Flavanet website puts it, these guys don't need to copy their brothers in America, but have a sure clear sense of who they are and what sound it is they're making. The sound has its roots in the rap and hip-hop coming from America, but from the beginning, these styles have been pulled apart and put back together with African hands. Recently, with the increase in popularity of Afrobeats in East Africa, most Bongo Flava songs have adopted the sound, especially the or drum pattern of Afrobeats, but retaining the arabesque melodies of taarab, thus resulting to a reduction of hip-hop influence in the genre. The typical Bongo Flava artist identifies with the Mzela. It is in this sense that, for example, members of the hip-hop crew of Fancel call themselves Watupori, i.e. men of the savannah. A sort of manifesto of Mzela ideology is given by the song Mzela Jela by Bongo Flava singer Juma Nature, who defines the Mzela, amongst other things, as an honest person of sincere heart. Following the tradition of Western hip-hop as represented by the pioneering hip-hop group Afrika Bambaataa, Bongo Flava lyrics usually tackle social and political issues such as poverty, political corruption, superstition, and HIV/AIDS. Often with a more or less explicit educational intent, an approach that is sometimes referred to as edutainment. A Fancel, for example, have written songs that are intended to teach prevention of malaria and HIV. However, this has changed in recent years, and increasingly many commercial Bongo Flava songs deal with topics such as love, heartbreak, success, and hardship. This change in topic remains a point of contention between the earlier generation who saw the rise of Bongo Flava and the new generation who tend to prefer catchy and club-ready songs. Whether this is due to globalization and Western influence or due to change in listeners' taste is the question at the center of the debate. Some bongo groups are very popular within their ethnic group. One example is the Mosaic X-Plasters, who developed their own subgenre known as Mosaic Hip Hop. Have any questions or topics you'd like me to cover in future videos? Let me know in the comments.